power in the verse can stop me.
What's going on, guys? My name is El De Niro, and welcome to episode 91 of the Midnight Hour. We made it past the 9-decade-long wait to get to this episode. That's a thing. Anyway, I'm joined today by Jack.
Hello.
And we're gonna completely subvert the topic that we had last week, because it was a product of the lives we live that we simultaneously hate. And I recently watched Liam Gallagher perform a beautiful version of Live Forever in Manchester. I say watched. I watched it on YouTube. I wasn't there in the audience. But the song Live Forever was written by Noel Gallagher as a response to a Nirvana song called I Hate Myself and Want to Die. And I think that if last week's episode was I Hate Myself and Want to Die, this week's episode is Live Forever. So we're going to talk about things that make us happy. Things that
because
us,
because last week was mildly depressing. No, not depressing. It was just one filled with rage and misery.
I think it was more depressing in the pre-call that we had.
Yeah, the pre-call was incredibly depressing.
Yeah.
So before we get going, let me just Google the reasons why I'm happy. Banter like that is one of the reasons I'm happy.
Exactly. The fact that this banter exists in this time is phenomenal. But yeah, and the post-call last week was really depressing. Me and Jack had a very bloody argument.
Yeah.
About foreign policy. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah. We each
stay out of my country, you fucking Irish. Yeah. Well, you know.
We had different ideas on how to market the podcast going forward, and we fell out.
Personally, I think we should have a hashtag banner flown over the Emirates every week. Someone thinks that's a waste of money.
I actually think that would be money well spent. Yeah,
it probably really would be. Like, especially if you do it on a day where there's TV cameras, because they're bound to go, oh, Wenger, midnight hour in? What?
With the midnight hour in just black and white font and the Wenger bit in red, so it makes no sense whatsoever, and it just looks ridiculous. That's what we want. But seriously though, Wenger in for 2 more years.
Yeah,
so
2 more years.
That's one of the things keeping me happy. Make of that what you will. So, do you want to start with a little thing that makes you happy?
Yeah. Like, and actually, it comes at the start of my day. And a lot of people, when I get asked, because I get up at 5:30 on weekday mornings to go to the gym before work, and people will be like, "How do you do it, and why? Why don't you just go after work?" So why don't I just go after work? So the first thing is I like spending my evenings doing nothing.
Yes.
Once I'm done with work, I'm done with the day. I switch off as a human being. That's me done.
Same.
I have no energy left at the end of the day. And like, this was before I even started working out. I have no energy left at the end of the day to go to the gym. Whereas at the beginning of the day, I can fuck myself up in the gym and then just be like out in the world for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And I've got no choice then. Like, I can't avoid going to work just because I've worked hard at the gym.
That would be amazing if you could, though.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, boss.
Sorry, boss. I mean, these squats just really fucked me up today.
I just pressed 20 kilos. I'm not gonna make it in today.
But yeah, so the people always like, how do you get up at 5:30 every morning? And the answer is, and it makes me happy to think like this, that I have like this. I have this superiority complex, and I'm not afraid to admit it, because admitting it makes me better than people that can't. But I get up in the morning and I go to the gym when other people are like baffled by that, and that makes me feel better than them, and that makes me feel nice.
Wow!
I feel very pro. I feel very elitist.
You've just confirmed a lot of suspicions I have about people who go to the gym.
I don't think that's everyone's mindset, but I do like walking into the gym and just being like, yeah, I'm here to put in work.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed to admit that either.
Well,
and I always say it in a very joking way, and people go, haha, yeah. And then they look at my face and it's like, oh.
I feel like people do that about most of the things you say, though.
Yeah.
I don't think you ever laugh after you make a joke. I recently started exercising myself, and I went to the gym yesterday, in fact. And
Before or after work?
I didn't have work yesterday. It was a bank
Ah.
holiday here.
Oh, right.
But yeah, people always say stuff like, "Oh, you need to start exercising, and then your body grows to like it." And I firmly believed that that's just a thing idiots say to fool themselves into liking something that is objectively bad. Because exercise is not fun, and it's painful, and it takes time out of your day. It requires effort. It's time you could be spending elsewhere. But god damn it, I'm finding my way, and it's a really good, like, not really necessarily a confidence booster, but like an overall life satisfaction booster.
Yeah.
Like, you just feel a little bit less worthless.
Bad about yourself.
Yeah, completely. So,
Yeah, 100%. Like, genuinely, I go to the gym. Also, another reason I go to the gym in the morning is so that I can not feel bad about being a complete, disgusting slob for the rest of the day. So it's like, I've done that, and it's like, someone will be like, Jack, why haven't you moved in the last 4 hours? And it's like, I was up at 5:30 to go to the gym. That's my day. That's me done for the day, exercise-wise.
yeah, and that's a perfectly legitimate... like, there's no comeback to that for the person who is asking you why you didn't do anything.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. It's...
yeah, like, I find it, I get cranky, I can't sleep properly. If I don't go to the gym for a few days, like, everything falls apart. I feel like crap when I don't go to the gym. I just can't sleep, I can't, like, nothing, it just feels off at this point.
Yeah, I feel like I have a lot to say about, I think, like, in last week's episode, we sort of painted a very negative picture of the darker sides of adult responsibilities that we have and are upset that we have because we want to be, running on a treadmill while playing Call of Duty and smoking 5 cigarettes at the same time. But a lot of things that can make you happy are things we're perfectly aware of, but they seem so difficult at the time, like getting a good night's sleep and just... You don't even have to have a particularly great diet, but if you just filter in some nice, healthy food every now and then, like, that's a really good foundation to build on.
Do you know what? Drinking more water, not even taking anything out of your diet, drinking more water, being hydrated is a massive game changer in my opinion.
Yeah, it's one of the first things I was going to say was that I get up at... I wake up at about 7:15 every morning, and the first thing I do, there's a pint of water next to my bed every night when I go to sleep. I don't know who puts it there now. I get a pint of water and I put I put it next to my bed, and when I wake up, I gulp it down. And it's a thing that my cousin Dara, he was on the Stoned episode, he's a personal trainer, and he told me to do it. He's not just a personal trainer from, like, a physical, like, exercise point of view, but he'll help you reshape your life and find happiness. And he was like, just drink a pint of water every day. So I did. And I was a person who, the only water in my diet would have come from, like, the water that's in a glass of Coke, for example, or whatever.
Or, like, in coffee or tea or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And now, from just drinking a pint of water, I do that, and then as soon as I go into work, I start a little bit earlier, and I fill up another pint of water when I'm in there, and I drink that now. And now I'm drinking 4 pints of water a day up until 5:30, and then whatever when I come home. So, just that one thing, it's really hard to get into because, I don't know, I'm sure a lot of people will relate to this, but I find it really difficult to eat in the morning. Like, it makes me feel kind of sick. So it took a long time to be able to comfortably drink a pint of water in the morning. But once I started doing it, I noticed a genuine, not a massive increase, but, like, it definitely, you don't have that sickly feeling in your stomach in the bus on the way in because you're not hungry and your stomach's not trying to eat itself while also telling you that you don't want to eat anything. I also make my bed every morning first thing. I think that is honestly one of the most important things you can do in your day. For many different reasons, but it's kind of just the consolidation in your head of, when I get back to my room, my bed will be made. And that's really good. It's like a thing that I don't have to do. It takes like 20 seconds to do, if that. So that's another thing that I do. Sunday nights are the hardest nights to fall asleep when you're an adult working 9 to 5. And I wasn't particularly fond of them either when I was in school. So the days I go to the gym now are Sundays or Bank Holiday Monday, if that's, whatever.
Tire you out.
Yeah, tire me out and then get a good night's sleep, and you just wake up, you don't necessarily feel refreshed, but you don't hate yourself for staying up till 2 a.m. watching Futurama reruns or anything like that.
Yeah.
These things make, like, this kind of thing is not exactly what the episode is meant to be about, but these things make a huge difference to your life.
Yeah.
Like, little things that build up and they just improve your mood overall. Like, they get all of instead of moving the anxiety around, you just deal with it straight away, and it's something that you have to worry less about. And, like, these are sort of scientifically proven things to increase your behavior and your attitude and your mood. So I would say they're pretty damn important.
Yeah, going back to that like making your bed thing, that is actually like a psychologist recommended thing to start your day, like how to start your day right. And so is the glass of water, because the glass of water will, I'm not sure if I don't want to say it's scientifically proven, but I feel like there's been at least one study that says that you'll feel more awake for longer with having drunk a pint of water as soon as you wake up than having like a cup of coffee straight away.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Sets you up way better for the day. And making your bed straight away also sets you as like it's like a mild sense of accomplishment that you get from like ticking that box of saying I've done something today.
Yeah, it is.
It's like that's number one thing on your to-do list when you wake up, or number two after drinking a glass of water, and it's gone bang. You've knocked two things off your to-do list for the day, and you're ready to do more. Like mentally, that's how it works.
There's a guy called Ali who was on this podcast quite recently. He's a biology student, and he was making a point that a lot of the stuff that we do relates to instant gratification, and it's becoming more and more prominent with like smartphones and the way we can get instant information all the time. And if you think about video games and the fact that I can't speak for everyone, but I am a guy who's played video games all my life, and video gaming world is a world that I will escape into to avoid my anxiety. And seeing the points come up on the screen, like that's kind of the equivalent of, it's like, should I make my bed? No, I'll play my video game because that will give me even quicker and more enjoyable gratification. But then once you're done with that, you've got the bed thing to do, and it makes you feel bad again. It's like it erases all the stuff that the video game has just done. So what you were saying, like a little reward thing in your brain, that is what it's like. Like you are literally nullifying anxiety that would otherwise be somewhere in your head. Like, you might not think about it all day, but when you come home, you'll see that your bed isn't made, and you'll just feel a little bit like, Now, some people can get along without doing that, and like that's great too. Some people can exist in a mess, and that's fine. if that works for people. If you
want to be disgusting, then feel free. If that makes you happy, whatever, man.
If you want to be a lesser human being, like you go ahead and do that, you piece of shit. But for us normies, those are some really key things. It's like another thing, like what you were saying about having a glass of water will last on a longer level than that quick cup of coffee. The thing is that the cup of coffee shoots everything into your brain straight away, and you're wide awake. Your eyes are like saucers. But then when you come down on that, it is so much harder than having nothing at all. So water, like drinking water all day consistently, gives you the exact same level of, well, to a point, but it gives you the exact same sort of feeling as drinking coffee,
cup of coffee or tea,
once every few hours or whatever.
Yeah, what no one ever mentions as well is if you're drinking a lot of water, you're going to be getting up to pee more.
Yeah.
And if you work a desk job like I do, and you work a desk job as well, or do you? I like to imagine that you deal with numbers, so you stand about shouting on phones or something.
Yeah, I shout buy, and then I pick
buy,
up,
sell.
Yeah, the other phone in my other hand.
No, calm, dude.
I work in a really quiet, open plan office, but whenever I have that cup of coffee, I am just straight on that phone shouting at investors who've placed their trades days ago. I'm just like, sell, you fool!
Yeah, but like getting up and walking away from your desk is nice. That's a nice break.
Yeah,
like just getting up and going, time to pee every 20 minutes. You know what I mean though. Like getting up and just having a little walk and to get away from the desk is a nice break from what you're doing.
This is why we work so much overtime. It's because we piss every
I spend
20
all
minutes.
of my time weeing. Right.
Yeah, but it is like you go into the cubicle, you take out your phone, you check Twitter.
Yeah.
Then you piss, then you go back to your job and you sit down and you're like, now where was I? Somehow
You fill up a glass of water on the way back.
You neck it before you get in. It's just, yeah. But these things are really crucial. Like it's always puzzled me that we know that these things make us happier. Like we know that a balanced diet. It doesn't even have to be a completely healthy diet, but a balanced diet, like drinking lots of water, doing some light exercise every 2 days or 3 days, that type of thing will just make you an overall more happy person. But we don't always gravitate towards that. We go to like video games and smartphone apps, and we look for Instagram likes and Twitter likes and stuff. And I'm guilty of all of these. I was sort of afraid that this episode would come across as me preaching on how to be happy, because truthfully, I don't know. I'm miserable. No, just kidding.
Yeah. Like when it all comes. When it all comes down to it, I don't know. I think I'm about neutral overall.
Same, yes.
Like, I can't tell you how to be happy because it's flat. Like there's a lot of peaks and troughs.
Yeah, there's a whole nother sort of philosophy on what happiness even is that I don't think you could equate to being like, yes, I am happy. To me, if you're happy all the time, right? Like when I'm happy, I've just won a load of money, or I'm in a park with all my friends and I don't have to work until 2 days after that. If you're happy all the time, you're
happy all the time. Yeah. You're not working hard enough.
Yeah, exactly.
You are below the age of 12.
You are running away from adulthood if you are happy all the time. Oh man, I was trying to make this the opposite of that message. But seriously though, it's not about being happy all the time. It's about being satisfied, and it's about enjoying those little things that make you happy more. And I'll tell you another thing that makes me feel really happy. You know when you're sick and you're just downtrodden and you feel awful and the world is such a bitter, miserable place, and you're wondering, have I ever felt completely well? And you also feel, will I ever feel well again? And your overall feeling can be summarized in an emotional clash of those two questions. And then you start to feel better. You feel the medication working. That feeling is unreal. It's like what reaching nirvana must be like, at least fractionally anyway. But the feeling of getting better when you're ill is just a great feeling, and a real one to make you happy and remind you of what it's like to, sort of embrace the fact that you're alive and you're a healthy person for the most part.
Yeah. Sorry.
Jack's showing us what an unhealthy person is like.
What an unhealthy moment looks like. Just to contrast that nicely.
Podcasting. It's this easy, kids.
Yeah, literally this is what happens when we podcast. This was just awful. I don't know how we've got to 91, to be honest.
Yeah, it is very impressive, but it has taken us like 3.5 years, so it's actually not that impressive.
For a weekly, not weekly podcast.
Yeah. But here we are.
Yeah.
We're finally doing one about things that we like.
yeah, finally doing. It's only taken us 90 episodes to get through everything that we dislike.
Yeah.
It's alright, we peaked after episode 2 anyway, so...
That's true, we always say that. Episode 2 was the best episode.
It really was. I can't believe we peaked so early.
I know. It's impressive, really. It's like the best... I guess when you think about it, though, most bands peak in their second album or their third album.
Yeah.
Maybe even their first album.
That's true. Some do peak incredibly early.
Yeah. But third album is a big album.
Yeah, speaking of music...
Beautiful
segue.
I love movies!
Do you know what? Yes. No, I enjoy. I really I couldn't live without music.
Yeah, same.
Holy shit! Music makes me happy. Just so good.
Do you love rock and roll?
Yeah.
Do you want me to put another dime in the jukebox?
Yeah, baby.
Okay. Let me get right on that.
Yeah, music. I get up and I leave for the gym, and I listen to music for 3 hours, and then when I work, I listen to music most of the day, unless I'm having to listen to people talk while I edit, like as part of the edit. And then I listen to music for 2 hours on the way home, and then I listen to music while I play video games in the evening. It's constant. It's a constant in my life.
I listen to music while I'm listening to music. I'm going to check out this new Camp Cope album while I listen to Hopalong's latest album. Yeah. What do you listen to when you're in the gym, out of interest?
It's very angry death metal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really super heavy. I say super heavy. Trivium, Cannibal Corpse features a couple of times. Amon Amarth, that kind of anything with a double bass drum pedal in it, really.
Trivium have the lamest lyrics out of any of the metal bands. They're all here are some biblical references to wars. Ah!
Yeah. It's not for the lyrics. It's just for the.
It's good gym
fucking
music.
Wicked guitar and drums. But yeah, that's the stuff that gets me up in the morning. Actually,
is there something about dancing in a gym? Like, you know that song by fucking, what is his name? All I can think of is Don Henley, and it's not Don Henley who sings American Pie. Who sings American Pie?
I'm just gonna Google it,
Yeah,
because
Google
that's
it.
the world we live in.
It's not Don Henley. Because Don Henley's the guy from the Eagles who sings...
Oh, of course I'm just getting... Don McLean.
Don McLean, right.
Of course I'm just getting film references straight out there.
Oh, yeah, of course. But that song it famously rhymes every word in the dictionary. It's like, I don't know, 264 paragraphs long, and it has every word that's ever existed, and it's terrible, and I don't know why it is heralded as such a triumph in music, because it's a garbage song. But there's a line in that where he goes, just to punctuate how terrible this song is, and I know that you were in love with him because I saw you dancing in the gym. It's such a shit song. It's such a fucking bad song.
Yeah, I know no one that dances in the gym.
Yeah.
Absolutely no one.
I mean, that's not why you go to the gym, for starters. So you're doing the wrong mode of exercise if that's what you're at in the gym. I thought I'd get that in there because we're talking about music, and I think that American Pie is a piece of shit song. Yeah, I listen to an album on my way into work and an album on my way out of work. And one of my favourite things in the world is when I'm on the last track just as I'm coming up to my front door. It's just, like, it makes me feel unstoppable. Like, I've timed this to absolute perfection, and I've listened to the entire album. But recently I've started listening to podcasts instead, because I used to be able to do that in work, and now I can't, so I have to maximize all that podcast time. But I could not live without music either. I'm one of those people who thinks that that music means more to me than it means to anyone else, because I am the only person in the world who can really appreciate good quality music, like Blink-182 and Linkin Park.
Yeah. I literally don't know anybody else that appreciates Blink-182 and Linkin Park.
What I love is when a band does an acoustic cover of, like, a song that isn't traditionally considered acoustic, and people in the comments are like, "Oh, it's so much more meaningful." Like, shut up. You are what's wrong with the world. But
they've changed the entire meaning of this song.
Exactly.
Just by changing the type of guitar.
It is interesting that you can actually change the meaning of a song without changing any of its lyrics. Like,
tone means a hell of a lot.
Yeah, Johnny Cash's cover of "Hurt" is like it just takes that song into a whole nother realm of consciousness. Like, it makes it exist as this completely different thing, like untethered to the original in every way, and it's an amazing feat of covering from Big JC, the big dog JC.
Big JC, yeah.
Yeah, music is a hell of a thing, and I find that when I'm drunk, the type of music I listen to is drastically different to when I'm sober. And
how so?
Well, when I'm drunk, it's mostly linked to nostalgia. Like,
okay.
I'll get drunk and I'll throw on, like, "Be Here Now" or Definitely Maybe or something, and
Yeah.
I will convince myself that that is the only music that has ever existed, and that's what real music sounds like. And then when I wake up the next morning, I'm like, all right, yeah, Oasis were really good, major phenomenon there for a while, but their music was very obvious, and I actually like music that's a lot better than that now. But you'll never move away from that emotional connection you have to bands that you listened to, like bands that sort of helped you evolve musically as a kid and stuff like that. It's like the most crucial time to be a music fan almost, because everything after that is shaped by that. So but then when I'm sober, I listen to like, all the good stuff that people enjoy. So
Yeah.
yeah. What's your situation with musical nostalgia?
I tend to, if I'm going to listen to go musical nostalgia, I tend to go with I tend to just let Spotify do the work for me because I'm really lazy.
Ah, right.
And just put on like a Throwback Thursday, or my current favourite, like back in the day, is the Room 2 Urban Classics.
Oh, right.
Which has like Temperature by Sean Paul and songs of that calibre on it. Yeah.
What's does that one go like?
Don't make me sing it. Nah.
Is it the one that goes like, yeah,
that's one. Yep, that is actually. I thought you started playing it there for a second. Christ.
Yeah,
that was so accurate.
I do a mean Sean Paul impression. I'm not mad into that, but I did recently rediscover a song by Sugar Babes, and I'm gonna just.
Is it Push the Button?
No, because that's shit. It's a song called Overload.
Overload by the Sugar Babes.
Yeah.
I thought I knew all of the Sugar Babes' best songs.
You know it.
Off the top of my head.
The first lines are...
It always screws me up that Sugar Babes is spelt without an R.
Yeah, I know. And that there's been a total of 1,600 members in their revolving door of a girl band.
Overload.
The first line is, train comes, I don't know its destination. You know that song?
Yeah, I know it. Yep.
Yeah. So,
I just listened to a little part of it.
It's a banger.
Yeah.
It's a certified banger. But I don't find that I listen to pop music that much. Like, I mostly listen to albums. I can't really listen to just a single song. Like, I really struggle to do that. So I listen to albums mostly, which kind of turns me away from pop music, because the singles in pop are generally very good, but the album tracks are not,
Yeah.
You're still listening to Sugar Babes, aren't you?
No.
Yeah.
I find it really difficult to listen to entire albums. Actually.
Probably listening to the wrong ones.
Yeah, probably. I mean, just like, there are certain albums that I think flow really well. But there are a lot of, I don't know if it's just like, I don't know if I just need a bit more variety from, like, I just prefer going from bouncing from artist to artist, tone and style, to, just changing up between them every couple of songs.
Yeah, that's something I've never been able to do. I don't know why.
See, I think I prefer it that way.
Yeah. Who'd have thought that two completely different people would have
completely different opinions?
Yeah, completely different tastes in music. It's insane.
That's unreal.
Yeah. I make these playlists sometimes that it's really hard to describe. I don't know why I do it, but basically it was like I wanted to have songs on a CD, but I didn't want to skip any of the songs, so I made just one really long song. Like, I mixed all the songs together, and I put in like special effects and all my own. So I basically made my own mixtapes for myself.
Yeah.
Because I was very lonely. But like, I listened back to them. I made like 10 or 11 of them. I should put one up on Spotify sometime. And by Spotify I mean SoundCloud. I don't know why I said Spotify. But listening to them, like, the songs they might be from completely different artists, but the theme will be very similar. And I guess from the fact that I do that, I can decipher that I just really like it when my music is thematically the same. Like, I love the concept of an album and the fact that it fits into one structure, and that's kind of the main problems I have with albums nowadays that are coming out. Like, I'm a huge fan of Drake, but he's never really made a great album because they're never thematically sound. There's one song about going to the club and fucking shit up. There's one song about just being a rapper that's black and says the N-word all the time and is like super angry about it. And then there's 7 songs about his girlfriend, and like it doesn't really just sit in one place for me long enough. And Kanye's most recent album was completely all over the place as well. So it's really hard to find an album that's one thing. But then a band like 65 Days of Static, whose last album was the soundtrack to the game No Man's Sky, and it fits together perfectly. Like it feels like I'm flying through space when I listen to that
perfectly
album.
Ethereal. Right.
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing. And Deftones 100%. As well. Deftones just make amazing albums. But not a lot of bands are... I mean, a lot of bands who've done it before are, but like new bands who are coming out now, just... They're missing that because they're going for the song. Because we live in the era of the song now. And, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a generational thing. Because obviously I'm 22 years older than you, so that's why I do.
Yeah, naturally. I am 3 years old.
That's true, yeah. I've always said that about you.
I'm younger than the time that we've known each other for. Yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah, I can always remember talking to your mother's womb and feeding it beer.
God, that's an endlessly creepy fucking...
It's very weird.
It's fine when it's the father. Wait, what? What have I just stumbled across? What have you got to tell me?
Am I your father? It's interesting. Yeah.
Find out next time on the Midnight Hour.
Exactly. Do we have anything else to say about music? I feel like I could talk about music all day, but I would just be talking about the concept of music rather than what it does to me and how it makes me happy.
No, yeah. I think move on, potentially. Hey, someone's got to control this podcast.
That's true, and it's not going to be me. I will say, like, a great thing about music is its ability to resonate with your exact mood. And like when you're sad, you listen to a sad song and you'll feel better. Like you'll cry it out a little bit, but then you'll feel better after. You'll be like, yes, I'm not alone. Like this is exactly what I feel like right now, and that's great. So that just I'd like to just say well done to music, as an art form. It's there. And it gets credit for being there, and it has its place in our society, and it's just fantastic. So
yeah, good job.
Yeah, well done. Come on, everyone, give it up for music.
Give it at least 2 or 3 claps.
Yeah, everyone in the audience. There we go. They've been quiet apart from that tonight, but
yeah, not a lot of clapping.
Yeah, but music will wake up even the quietest. So the thing I was thinking of next is a weird one that I don't know how many people will be able to relate to this, but it's a game changer for me in a day. It will change my day from being rushed, hurried, and ill-timed to just that feeling of, yes, now I'm at home, everything is mine, I control all of this time from here until when I go to sleep, right? So you come home from work, what's the first thing that you do? I'll tell you what it is.
Okay.
After you're done showering and that, you put on a fresh pair of socks and tracksuit bottoms, and you sit down, and that's it. Nice, comfortable hoodie. You get a towel and wrap it around your head like how women do when they're done in the shower. And that's it. You're done. That is the day finished, and then you just sit down and play Football Manager. Yeah,
coming home after work and just getting changed into something that's 100% more comfortable is it's just such a good feeling.
Yeah, it's unparalleled, I think, in terms of its just how secure you feel, and just I don't know. There's just that feeling of being. Do people sit around in their house in their jeans? I don't fucking trust.
I have no idea.
I
know. It always baffled me when people used to get home from school and just sit around in their school uniform.
Oh my god, yeah.
That baffed me completely. Why would you not want to get changed into trackies and a t-shirt?
You get home and you knock on your friend's door and he's there, he's still got his shirt and tie. He hasn't even taken his tie off.
Yeah. The tie came off before I'd even set foot off of the school ground.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The tie comes off into your pocket before you're out of the gates.
Yeah, 100%.
That is just a thing that happens. The first 2 buttons of your shirt get open. If it's a cold day, the jumper comes off and the buttons on the cuffs of the shirt get open.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just how you live, people.
Yeah,
Like, God.
yeah, and then you go around. It's like it's akin to people who wear shoes indoors. To me, that like fucks me up. Like, I just can't understand it. It's like, do you just thoroughly clean them every time you come in so that they don't like get stuff on the floor? Do you have indoor shoes?
I have indoor shoes.
Why?
Well, I have like 17 pairs of trainers because I just buy trainers. It's a huge problem that I have. If they're on sale on Sports Direct, I own them. But also, like, when I'm done with a certain pair of trainers that I don't want to wear anymore, I wash them and they become my indoor shoes. That's a true thing, and I'll tell you why. I know it sounds insane, but my house, all the upstairs floors are wood and all the downstairs floors are tiles, and the whole part of a fresh pair of socks is that they're clean, and dust accumulates on a wooden floor and on tiles. Like, at least it's more visible than on a carpet, so if you walk around, your white socks are going to turn black after a while, and then you have to change them again. And so, yeah, I have indoor trainers. I actually, right, hold on.
Are you going to get your indoor trainers?
No, I'm counting the ones that are behind me. Not these aren't even the ones that are in the boxes under my bed. I have 3 pairs of indoor trainers.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I have problems.
I barely have outdoor trainers.
I have like 17 pairs of trainers. I just buy them all the time. I don't know why I do it.
That is
help me.
I don't know. Trainers are the, even like comfortable trainers are like the school tie of the feet. Like, I just like, if I could get away with this, like, I sometimes, like, I work in a really relaxed office. It's been quite warm like in London recently, so I've been wearing t-shirt and shorts to work, and I've been taking off my shoes at my desk. I've been taking off my trainers and sat there in my socks.
I'm not a fan of that.
Like, the shoes are the ties of the feet.
When you get into a plane, do your shoes come off?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm one of those people.
When you're in the cinema.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Alright, you're a fucking animal. That's what we figured out here. No wonder you don't get the concept of indoor trainers.
Yeah, I am just a disgusting human being.
I love how I've shamed you.
Yeah, I completely accept it. I don't mind. I'm comfortable when I do it, so it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah,
It's like in a lot of places. I'm 6'2". I'm not a small person. Like, a lot of things like aren't, like, I don't get a lot of leg room, so any comfort I can get from my lower body is quite nice.
Yeah, that's
because I can guarantee that aeroplanes I will not be comfortable.
Yeah, definitely. No one is.
Cinemas, and especially like old like theatres, I definitely won't be comfortable. Theatres are made for people who are 5'6" and under.
Yeah, because that's the average height of humans at the time that they were built.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, and a lot of places can guarantee I won't be comfortable, so any little bit of extra comfort is always nice.
I was once reading a story about, on like a forum, some guy was like, I think the thread title was, "What's the most annoying thing anyone's ever done to you?" or something, and this one guy was like, "Oh, I was at the cinema on a date and this guy took my shoes and threw them away," or some shit, and I was like,
what?
How the fuck did he get your shoes? And he was like, "Oh, I took my shoes off," and I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, I take my shoes off in the cinema," and I was like, "What?" And then I realized that was a thing that people do, and that was the first time I found out, and I just couldn't fucking believe it or wrap my head around it at all. But I will say this in my defense. I think my ignorance is born out of luxury and the fact that Dublin actually has several phenomenal cinemas with amazing legroom, amazing comfort. You know, like, when I lived in Scotland, I went to this cinema where you had to pay extra for these big comfy seats at the back.
Yeah. They've got those in London. Like,
every single seat in my local cinema is those seats. There is no VIP seat or any of that bullshit. Every seat is amazing, really comfortable, lots of leg room. They're all stacked, so nobody can be really tall and sitting in front of you and blocking your vision because it's stacked too high. So I've never understood the necessity that people have to be extra comfortable in the cinema, because I just come from a place where cinemas are good. So that's why I was ignorant to it, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I just really enjoy. Like, I wouldn't take my shoes off in a restaurant or anything.
Yeah, that'd be really weird.
Like, I once saw a guy. It was like a summer's day, but it was in like an Italian restaurant, and the dude bowls in wearing flip flops, and he had like fucking crusty looking feet, and I was looking at them, and I was like, that makes me very unhappy. Like, if he was wearing socks, then I could let it slide. But I don't know, being able to see his toenails, like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Sandals in general are a no from me.
Unless you are on holiday and you're going straight to the beach and straight back to the hotel, no grown man should wear flip-flops.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Flip-flops are not... flip-flops.
Yeah, and I'm a classic liberal. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, except for wearing flip-flops.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
I draw the line.
We have got to draw the line somewhere as a society, and I believe it should be there. So, and that's why I'm voting Theresa May. You can tell you can tell
she's never even seen a pair of flip-flops in her life.
Yeah, but you can tell that Boris Johnson owns at least 4 pairs of them.
Oh. I feel like Boris Johnson buys shoes 2 sizes up so he can wear flip-flops inside his suit shoes.
Oh, that's a good one.
Something that bizarre. And then if you asked him why he did that, he'd just tell you wouldn't understand because you're a muggle or something.
He is a man with more power than like most of the people in the world.
Yeah, it really, like, it was funny. It was amusing. Like, it amused me when he was Mayor of London, because at the end of the day, he couldn't really do that much damage.
Yeah.
But now, oh shit.
He's such a fucking clown. Yeah. Oh, it truly is amazing.
And people think that just because he has this semi-affable, like, slapstick comedy character persona.
Yeah, and because he rugby tackled someone in a charity match.
Yeah. That he's not an evil, scheming, conniving, like, bastard. And he really is.
Yeah.
And it's like, how can you be so blinded by the fact that he gets stuck hanging from a zip line waving a Union Jack about and think, oh yeah, there is nothing wrong with the way that he talks to people or the opinions that he holds or the way that he votes.
Yeah.
How can that blind you so much?
I know, the fact that he thinks that homosexuality is a mental disorder, or the fact that he thinks the people of Liverpool have a victim mentality. What a man. What a man. Yeah, I will be glad to see him tied to a rocket and shot into outer space. Yeah,
wouldn't be opposed to that at all. He'd probably suggest something as audacious as that.
He probably fucking would. He would advocate a piece of legislation in favour of that, and then be like, "Oh, I can't believe that happened. I actually want that to not happen."
And then he'd be head of the committee to make sure that it does happen.
Satire.
Oh God, yeah. But bringing it back to the topic at hand.
Yes, which is shoes.
Yeah, which is not shoes anymore. Actually, I'm taking us away from that.
Once again, you've chosen to steer the podcast.
Yeah, because we went from
Feet.
Getting home and changing into tracky bottoms to being comfortable to taking your shoes off in a cinema to Boris Johnson.
It's a logical conclusion there.
Yeah. I mean, it's a 3-step program.
Exactly. Yeah. It would be weird if we didn't talk about him.
Yeah, I feel like, there's only one type of people that we reference more than Boris Johnson on this podcast.
Yes.
Those who should not be named.
Yeah, we won't name them now.
Yeah, but a lot of people hype up steak as being, like, the pinnacle of food. And I'm not entirely sure about that, but I will say that nothing makes me happier than when I ask for a steak cooked rare, and not only do they get it right, but it's also an actual good steak. Like, I've had some absolutely dire steaks in my time, but a good cut of meat cooked rare, which is my preference, it's just so good. It is like eating butter, because it just melts in your mouth. It's so phenomenal.
Yeah.
And that makes me so happy.
I do like rare steak. I prefer medium rare because I think there's I like my food dry in general.
Oh,
And
really?
I think, yeah, I'm not really big into sauces or anything like that.
Okay.
For the most part. But like even when I get something that's dripped in sauce, I will make sure that there's only a little bit of sauce on it. It's a weird thing. I don't know why I'm like that. But because of that, I always feel like I can taste medium rare just a little bit better because I won't have the peppermint sauce or whatever they bring with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So like I'm just really eating the steak. But I do like a rare steak too. I think there's something extra delicious about imagining a rare steak than imagining a well done steak or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
There's just that acknowledgement of succulence in a rare steak.
Yeah, it's like if you ever watch a cartoon when they eat steak in a cartoon or bacon.
Yeah.
It just looks amazing. My mouth is
Yeah.
literally watering. I'm literally.
Neither of us have eaten before we recorded this.
I know, neither of us have
Yeah.
eaten yet. It's terrible. Yeah, you are right though. And I would even extend that to that we have a chain over here called Gourmet Burger Kitchen. It's actually
Yeah.
Do you have them in England?
Yeah, we have it in England. Yeah.
All right, cool. Because
Yeah,
I was
GBK.
they don't have it in Leicester or Birmingham, I don't think. But
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Their burgers are frozen. I'm like 90% sure. They don't do medium rare. So
No.
when you get the next thing up, which is medium, it's just like a normal frozen burger. It's not really that good. But we have another chain in Ireland called Bunsen. I think they only have 4.
Yeah, I've not heard of them.
Yeah, they only have 4 stores nationwide. There's one in Cork and 3 in Dublin now. But you can get your burger rare if you want.
Yeah.
But I've had like medium rare, and it is literally the best burger I've ever had in my entire life. And it's because like you bite into it, and the cheese and bacon and the grease and everything, and oh my god, I'm so fucking hungry. But yeah, that is actually a thing that makes a huge difference to your meal, especially when you're looking forward to it, because you always envision it being better than it is. So if you're going somewhere new that you don't know, somewhere where you've never been before, and they give you the thing that you envisioned, that is a amazing feeling.
Yeah. I would highly recommend, if you can seek one out, going to a proper steak restaurant. Like there's a steak restaurant, because just thinking about this steak makes me happy. And it was all they sold was steak. Steak was, you had the starter, which was like it's like a tradition in some places to have like a quarter iceberg lettuce with a sauce to start with, as a starter to like cleanse the palate almost.
All right.
And then you have steak as the main, and then you pick your sides with that steak. And like steak was the only main thing that you could have.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it was so good. It was so goddamn good.
I'm literally just imagining steak.
Yeah, it makes me dead happy just thinking about it.
I had steak at when I was in Vauxhall. There's a place called Counter. I had the steak there. It was pretty good. I also had the steak at Jamie Oliver's restaurant in Singapore, and it was alright. Food in general in Singapore can be quite tricky though, because their customer service is fucking atrocious. So if anything's wrong, they don't give a shit. If anything's wrong, it's just staying wrong, and nothing can be done about it. I'm trying to think of where else I've had steak. I had steak at an amazing restaurant in Spain. I couldn't tell you. It definitely wasn't a franchise or anything anyway. And I'm going to Madrid on Friday morning, and I plan on having steak now, and that's literally a thing I'm going to write down that I'm going to have, because I need the taste of steak, and I don't have any steak right now. But
yeah, I once made the mistake of ordering
the mistake.
Yeah, I just caught that as well. The mistake of ordering a steak in a Harvester. Are you familiar with the chain of like pub restaurants, Harvester?
Oh, actually, yeah.
They have like an unlimited salad bar.
We don't have them here,
stuff.
But
yeah.
I think I heard something recently that they were trying to open up over here or something like that.
Yeah, there's something akin to like Wetherspoons.
Yeah, we've Wetherspoons here now. We've
oh really?
Yeah, we've like 3 of them, I think.
I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, the garbage.
Yeah.
Well priced though.
Yeah. yeah, don't. The same goes for Weatherspoons. Do not order a steak. It's just no.
We always meet in Weatherspoons.
Yeah, it's because it's dirt cheap.
Birmingham,
Like,
Brixton.
it's dirt
was
cheap,
it?
and
Yeah.
you know exactly what kind of people will be there. Like, even a dodgy Weatherspoons is no worse than, like, yeah, like it's no worse than a local pub.
Yeah. And it's 2 Coronas for £5.
Yeah, exactly. And
In the
the
centre
beer,
of London, I'll take
yeah,
that.
they buy the kegs like just before they expire for the beer, but they go through so much of it that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So that's why they can sell it so cheaply.
Yeah.
And on the off chance you go to a quiet one and get an expired pint, then you just ask them to refill it, and they will.
I know a lot about Weatherspoons. I did my college fucking case study thing on Weatherspoons.
Yeah.
There's the guy who opened Weatherspoons originally is like the most not an entrepreneur type guy at all.
No, yeah, he's the most pro-Brexit human being in the world, I think.
Is he actually? Yeah.
Yeah, incredibly so.
I remember he was dead against Britain getting the euro anyway, so it doesn't surprise me that he would be a pro Brexit guy. But
yeah, but yeah, there's a good reason why Weatherspoons promise even at peak hours to be able to get you your food within 15 minutes.
Oh, I'd imagine so.
Yeah, like they do not have chefs; they have microwave jockeys.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can tell their food is just not like those like really cheap the Rustler burgers you can get.
Yeah. Oh
They
yeah.
go and they're fucking disgusting.
Yeah, they make me unhappy.
Like nobody has ever eaten one of those and thought, yeah, that's food. Like they're so bad. But that's basically what Weatherspoons is like. You're just getting it because it's cheap and you're pissed.
Yeah, it's completely true actually.
Yeah. Anyway, what were you saying about the Harvester bar?
Oh,
The steak.
I had a steak there and it was just so bad.
Yeah.
Like, I asked for it rare. I think it was definitely well done.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And it was so tough and stringy. Just not everything you don't want from a steak.
Yeah.
And it just made me unhappy.
Yeah, that's not good. I would extend the thing to just restaurant food in general. Like, makes me happy. I love eating out. Like, I love
Good restaurant food. Yeah,
I love going to restaurants and pubs. Like pub food in certain pubs.
pub
pretty
food
damn good.
in a pinch. Like if you go to like if you go to a pub like that looks fancy and you think it looks like it'll be a bit expensive, the food's probably going to be good.
Yeah.
To be honest, like
It's usually going to be quite like rich in its quality.
yeah,
They're probably not going to be fucking around. Like they will order, their ingredients and stuff from legitimate
yeah,
quality suppliers.
yeah.
So yeah, I love, I don't know, I love a good stone baked pizza that doesn't taste like every other stone baked pizza that you get. You know what I mean? Like when it's originally made in the place and like
Yeah.
you've never tasted
When everything's made fresh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love that. I kind of wish we didn't start talking about food.
No, yeah, it's just. Should we just wrap it up and end here and we'll all go eat?
I would. My stomach is so angry at me. I had something else to say about food as well, genuinely, and I've just it's completely left my mind. Actually, here's the thing that maybe the listeners will be able to help me out with. Maybe you will in your brief experience in Ireland. I think that the pints in Ireland, in pubs, generally speaking, are better than the ones in England, and I think it has something to do with the fact that the taps in English pubs just don't seem to get cleaned as much. Like, I don't know if this is a real thing, but there's this sort of there's a lot of pseudoscience around around Guinness, like especially in Ireland. Like any Irish person will tell you that a pint of Guinness from St James's Gate is the best pint of Guinness, and the one that you have in England is not that. It's different, and it's true to a degree. But there's there's a really famous pub in Dublin City and for a while actually there's a pub in Swords called the Pound where the guy who owned it would he knew how to clean the pipes perfectly every few hours basically, so that every pint of Guinness was amazing. And for a long time the myth, or whatever, maybe it was true, was that, but the story goes that this was the best pint of Guinness at the time. And I don't like. I drink pints of like Coors or Heineken, whatever they have on tap. I know that in England, Heineken and Coors are not really good beers, but when they're poured into their like proper glass in Ireland, you get like a bubbly pint with a lot of life in it, and you get a kick off it when you drink it, and it's great. And I've never fucking had that in England ever. Like every pub I go to in England, and I've been to I've been to more pubs in England than I have in Ireland. And it's always in those shitty glasses that have no brand on it. There's nothing ever happening in the pint. There's no sign of life in it anywhere at all. Excuse me. And it's always just shit. So I always have to go on bottles when I go to England.
Yeah.
And I hate saying that because I actually like England a lot. I'm not one of those, stupid cunt Irish people who will use anything as a stick with which to beat England. Like, I'm not like that at all, genuinely. And I know how much I sound like that when I give out about the beer, because it's such a trivial thing, and it's such a fucking shut the fuck up and get over it type thing. But no, honestly,
you genuinely would think with the strong drinking culture that is in England that we'd be able to do beer better.
Yeah, but there's like a genuine, like a low quality of beer outside the craft beer pubs, because they put a lot of effort into that because that's their selling point. But like if you go into a standard pub and get like, right, every pint of Foster's is piss, I accept that. But any like over the counter draft beer out of a tap with its logo on it poured into its glass should be flowing. There should be bubbles in it. I
think my favourite thing is when the barmaid pulls out a glass from the section where I can't ever remember what beer it is, but some beer, like the company that makes it demands that the glass is like frosted and chilled.
Yeah.
Fuck. Taking like an icy glass full of beer from someone, and especially in the summer, is so good.
Yeah, but then it's Budweiser, and you're like,
shit.
You know what's really funny, actually? We have a lot of craft beer hipster places building up in Ireland. I'm sure it's the same over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the owner of one of them here, and he says, we fucking hate it when you come in and you order Heineken or Corona, because there's so many other quality beers here that you don't drink, right? So one of their quality beers is a beer called Budvar.
I know Budvar.
Yeah, Budvar is Budweiser, okay?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It's the Czech version.
It's the Czech import of Budweiser. Yeah, and it's called Budvar. And they're like snobby about. Like, yeah, it is good. It's definitely better than Budweiser, like the American, like the one that we get over here. I'll definitely hold my hands up and say that. But like, fuck off, telling me that.
I wouldn't call it a craft beer.
Yeah, it's not a craft, and it's certainly not a fucking higher quality than Corona or something. Like, it's a generic brand beer. Like, if you're gonna,
it's just another beer.
Yeah, stop being a big cunt about it. Jesus, I like what I like. I just, and for those of you who are like, it makes no difference what glass it's in, it actually does. The widget in the glass is designed to.
Yeah, 100% makes it. The glass makes a difference.
Yeah, I remember when I was in, the Scream bars that they have in the UK.
Yeah.
And they're like the only bars that sell Coors. I think they're the only franchise bars that sell Coors on tap. And I was drinking it from one of those shitty no-name glasses.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked the guy for a Coors glass, and he gave me one, and I poured the beer into it, and it just came to life immediately, and it tasted amazing. It's a legit thing. There's a little widget in the bottom of the glass, and it makes a difference. So.
Those widgets make it incredibly difficult to pour anything that's not the beer that you want it to be in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, try pouring a glass of Coke into there, and it's just hell. All hell just breaks loose immediately.
It starts raining frogs.
Yeah.
Locusts swarm the pub. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's actually so true.
It is. That is literally a fact. So,
no, because we've got a few of them at my house, and it's just like it's an absolute nightmare. It's genuinely a complete nightmare.
Well, I have one of those long Peroni glasses that I actually stole from a pub in Glasgow and managed to bring it all the way back here in my hand luggage. Nice. And I have a Coors glass stolen from pub in Dublin, and I pour we have a drink called Sidona. You don't know what it is. It's fizzy apple juice made by the Bulmers company.
Okay.
And like actually you know them as Magners, But
No, we have Bulmers and Magners are two different things.
in England they are. In
Oh.
Ireland they're not.
Oh.
Bulmers that you drink over there is from a brewery in Hereford.
Mm.
And Magners that you drink is from Clonmel in County Tipperary, which is where my cousin lives, and it's where my the Stoned episode was recorded.
Oh, right.
Whereas over here, Bulmers is what you call Magners. We don't have any of that Hereford shit.
Oh, right on.
So, yeah, the Hereford one is bitter. I don't like it at all. It's like
I don't drink
cider
at all. No,
Yeah.
I can't stand the stuff.
Yeah, I can handle like 1 pint of it and then I'm done. Then it's too much.
Yeah.
It cuts my stomach up. It's horrible. But 1 pint of cider on a sunny day, there's something to be said for that.
Yeah, I can't deny that it does always seem like the summery day drink.
Yeah. I like how Copperberg is a lager now.
Is it?
Yeah. When I was in London, I saw a bus advert for it, and it said, whatever, fruity Swedish lager. That's right, lager. When Copperberg was first marketed, it was a Swedish wine. But nobody buys Swedish wine, so they changed it to
why
cider.
would you?
Then it was cider. Now it's lager. You can't just fucking change the name of the thing that you make. Anyway,
you can go through any kind of rebranding you want nowadays. It's just got to put it out on like Snapchat and Instagram, and you're done.
That's true. Yeah, we should rebrand our podcast to be a webcast.
And still, nobody would listen to it.
That's true, and nobody would comment. Hey, to the people out there in comment land, comment and say the little things that make you happy.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'd be interested.
There's an extra 3 comments on the podcast that we got coming in.
And go to the subreddit, for the love of God, someone.
Yeah, check out the fucking subreddit, would you? I'm over there posting shit all the time. Do you have another thing that makes you happy?
Do you know what? Like,
do you know what? No.
Do you know what? No,
this
I'm
planet.
And it really annoys me that I enjoy this, but I enjoy some of the really dumb memes.
You and your meme, you have such a strange relationship with memes. It's like
it's literally my job to make memes as well. That's the worst part.
If you're sad, like if you're in a bad mood or whatever, I feel like the existence of memes only serve to confirm the fact that your mood should be bad. But if you're in a good mood, memes are the greatest thing.
Memes will swing me. Yeah. Memes can swing me either way.
It's so weird.
Probably not a good thing.
You have like a troubled history with memes, I feel.
I feel like memes are my crack.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
Memes are my opiates.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know, it's so stupid, but I kind of enjoy a nice dumb meme every now and then. Like I don't understand a lot of them. I don't know where they come from. I don't know why they exist. But sometimes it's like I look at them and I go, yeah, that's quite amusing. I like that exists in the world.
Yeah. There's a lot to be said about that Doge meme.
Yeah, that makes no sense. Why is that a thing?
It's my favorite meme ever. It's like, it's so ridiculous, but you can actually imagine that being how a dog would put a sentence together.
Yeah, that is how a real dog would compile a sentence.
Oh, it's incredible. I'm gonna, I guarantee you, within 15 minutes within the time that we finish recording, I will be eating steak looking at Doge memes. Very steak.
Such taste.
Such taste. What?
Yeah.
So what are some of your favorite memes?
I don't know. I don't know. Like,
as a professional memeologist.
As a professional memeologist, yeah. The SpongeBob's memes for some reason amuse me greatly. I don't like the new one with the random capital letters in a world and SpongeBob making a weird face.
I saw one that I really loved. It was RC Cola tweeted about, no, we don't have a Kafifi flavored cola. If you want the taste of incompetence, there are several other cola brands who will provide you with that. And some guy replied and said, this is not a good marketing strategy. And they replied with that meme, like, this is not a good marketing strategy.
It's like, that is the dumbest thing.
I know.
Why does it amuse me?
It's so fucking funny. They got banned off Twitter for that as well.
Did they?
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That is very good. I like that.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, some of the memes. I
Yeah.
don't know. I love when on Imager every now and then there's like I say every now and then, literally haven't logged on to the site in about 2 years. There used to be like a really badly drawn version of like several meme templates. It'd be
Yeah.
like the Morpheus thing, like, what if I told you it isn't like that, and stuff like that. Like the awkward penguin one, where it's like half awesome, half awkward.
Yeah.
And the half awesome part is like does sex, and the awkward part is wrong. I love shit like that. Memes upon memes upon memes.
Just dank memes.
Yeah, dank
Just
memes.
constant dank memes.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know what it is about memes. I have a love-hate relationship with memes.
I like the concept of a meme in general, in like its actual evolutionary sense, in the way that Dawkins coined it and stuff. And I love the way that this ridiculous little slapstick piece of shit thing that we have decided to call a meme. And I love that will be Richard Dawkins' legacy on the world, is that he hates religion and he loves memes.
Everyone, that's the only thing he'll be remembered for.
It is. The only thing he'll be...
After the world collapses and religion ceases to exist.
Yeah.
Hey, do you remember that Richard Dawkins guy? The guy that invented memes?
He invented Doge. Some say he was the first guy to own a Shiba. That's correct.
Yeah, I heard that on a podcast once.
That's right. I wonder what our legacy will be when the robot apocalypse comes.
I dread to think.
I think we'll be heralded as heroes.
Do you?
Yeah, brave souls who stood up in the face of
the sea people.
Yeah, and you know.
That's interesting. I'm really not so sure.
You'll see.
You'll all see.
I'm trying to think of something else that makes me happy. The little things. I think I kind of went through all the main little things.
Yeah.
You know what's a wonderful one that you will not understand at all because you live in London? But when you get on the bus and you get a seat to yourself...
No, I do appreciate that because getting a seat to myself is so rare.
Yeah. I don't recall getting a seat once when I lived in London.
No, you probably won't have done, to be honest.
I don't remember ever sitting on a tube. Well, no, that's not true. Because I filmed a video of Nep eating a potato on a tube, and I think I did that from a seating position. So, one of my best videos. It has been said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, like, I don't know, my bus journey into work, actually, like, we were kind of talking about commuting earlier on, but the bus I get into work is just amazing, and I love it, and I'm glad that it's there, and I'm glad that I get a seat to myself, like, 99.9% of the time, for the entire journey. Ugh, hiccup. So that's good.
Yeah.
Another thing, and I try and do this, like, nearly every night, but when it gets to about 9:30 and you don't know what you're going to do, like, you don't know if you're going to be able to drag yourself away from Football Manager when it comes to your bedtime. I like to have like a schedule of stuff to watch, and I like to just have a huge bucket of popcorn and a thing to watch, and then just enjoy that thing with some popcorn and a beer. And then go to sleep after, and it's just a great routine.
Yeah.
Like an episode of Iron Fist. That's what I'm currently watching, Iron Fist.
Yeah.
So many ninjas in this world. It's
so many ninjas that don't actually exist.
Yeah, exactly. And then I recently started watching 13 Reasons Why, but whatever I watch, it's just always great to have a thing, because I get genuine anxiety from having all the choice in the world of everything that I could possibly want to watch and not knowing what the fuck I want to watch. And like it like literally can ruin my evening sometimes. So you get to really appreciate it, you know, when you've got popcorn and you're watching a good thing. And yeah, that's an underrated part of civilization as it currently stands.
Yeah,
I think.
I can't disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that does sound nice, actually.
Yeah, it is. It's
very nice.
It's damn nice. So, do you have anything else?
One last thing. So I worked throughout the weekend. So I've had today off. and there's something about waking up not at 5:30 in the morning on a weekday that is now so rare to me, and that's nice. That felt nice today. That made me happy.
That is a fantastic feel. Another really good thing is when you wake up at the time you're supposed to go to work, and you're like, oh shit, at what time is it? Oh, it's the weekend. I'll do what I want.
Yeah.
That's a great feeling.
Yeah.
I think
can't deny that.
I used to really love coming back from like a holiday or staying at a relative's house or whatever and sleeping in my own bed again.
Yeah.
But I don't really like that anymore because my own bed sucks, and usually if I'm on holiday I'm staying in a nice hotel. So yeah, I'm looking forward to going to Madrid on Friday, and I hope everyone else is happy for me. And that's why this episode was released on Thursday night. So I don't think there's been a Friday midnight hour for a long time now. But anyway, yeah, waking up and being able to go back asleep. That's always good. Being asleep in general.
Being asleep in general is amazing.
Like, if that is anything like being dead, then sign me up, because I am ready.
Yeah.
Alright.
Sleep is top notch.
Yeah, it is. They say sleep is for the weak, but sleep is for the real alpha males.
Yeah.
Living is for the
Too true.
Maybe.
Alright, are we done?
I think so.
I don't really want to know how your garden grows, 'cause I just want to fly. Lately, did you ever feel the pain? The morning rain soaks you to the bone. Maybe I just want to fly. I want to live, but don't want to die. Maybe I just want to breathe. Maybe I just don't believe. And maybe you're the same as me. We see things they'll never see. You and I, we're gonna live forever. You said maybe. Don't really wanna know if the garden grows, 'cause I just wanna fly. Lately, did you ever feel the pain? The morning rain as it soaks you to the bone. And maybe I will never be all the things that I wanna be, but now is not the time to cry. Now's the time to find out why. I think you're the same as me. We see things they'll never see. You and I, we're gonna live forever. Garden grows, 'cause I just wanna fly. Lately, did you ever feel the pain? Morning rain soaks you to the bone. Maybe I just wanna fly. I wanna live, but don't wanna die. Maybe I just wanna breathe. We're gonna